Welcome to the Grizzled Geek Reacts to RWBY. I'm Mike.
I'm Shane.
I'm Kirsten.
I'm Doug.
And we're here, guys, back. Episode 9 of Volume 8. This volume is picking up. Glad to have you back with us, Shane.
Yes.
I assume you
Last
watched...
week sucked.
Yeah. I assume you watched Episode 8?
I did. I watched it last night. I tried to wait and see if maybe you and I could get together and film it or whatever, but
Yeah.
that didn't happen, so I just went ahead and watched it.
Right.
It
Yeah,
was really
IRL.
weird. Yeah, well, it was really weird to finally watch an episode of RWBY and not have to actually worry about the camera. Right? That's the first time in a long time I've watched RWBY for the first time and not been on camera for it. So.
That's right. Yeah.
But it was an awesome episode.
I could
Holy
scratch
crap.
my butt and pick my nose while watching TV. It was just how God intended. So,
I can pull the Al Bundy all I want.
yeah. Last week's episode was crazy. It definitely picked things up. It reinvested me in this season or volume.
Yeah, it was really nice to actually see RWBY use her eyes on purpose on
Yes.
No,
but it just pushed so much forward.
Yeah.
So many little plot threads actually got pushed forward, and it felt really, really good about that.
Yeah. It was pretty good. And this week's episode is called The Witch. Is that correct?
Just Witch.
Just Witch?
No,
Just Witch.
Oh. No,
Which witch?
Vavitch. Just
The
Witch.
Wicked Witch of the West, obviously.
Yeah, and they left us not knowing what happened with Crow and
Oh, yeah.
Robin.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Well, and Jacques.
Yeah.
If they just,
And I found
left all,
myself not caring all that much.
I was gonna say, if they just left all three of them buried, I'd be okay. You know. But anyway,
Lose one good for two. Meh.
Two terrible characters.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'll sacrifice Crow to get rid of the others.
The greater good.
All right, Doug. So I'm gonna get rid of the RWBY banner so we can see your face.
Oh,
There you go.
Okay.
People know what it is. We don't have to brand it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You ready to jump into this? We excited?
Let's do it.
All right.
Yep.
So we'll do 3, 2, 1, play. All right. I've come to a consensus now after 9 episodes. I like the music. I like the music in the song. I do not like the words. I agree with you, Shane.
It's too depressing.
I don't know. I like it. I feel like it's like a reminder that things aren't going to be as easy as you think it is. You're going to have losses, but you still go.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's the thing. It's a good song.
Yeah.
Still,
I didn't like it at first,
not
but
my cup of tea.
it's good.
I really like this song. I feel like it's really grown on me.
It's definitely grown on me. Like I didn't like it at all when I beginning. I was like, okay, no, but now I'm like, okay, I like it. I just prefer the more upbeat one. You know, the more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
agree.
we discovered what radio producers discovered 100 years ago. Repetition makes hits.
Yeah. That's true. Very true.
Are we going to switch it into the beast? The belly of the beast?
Oh. Yes.
You guys are hitting way short.
I was gonna say, yeah.
The arty in this world sucks.
Yeah. So far, the Atlas military has not impressed me much. The vaunted Atlas military. It's just moist in there.
Well, that was harrowing.
Well, it is the mouth of a whale, right?
I still have to search this whole thing
What
and
a
find
shitty
Master
base.
before the Aesop's blows to pieces.
How are we supposed to find Oscar? It's going to be like finding a needle in a giant whale. Why did we think this was a good idea?
I might be able to help. I can sense spikes of people's emotions, I think. It happened on Winter's ship. If I focus my aura, I can keep it up.
Okay, that's new. Maybe one of them is Oscar?
I can sort of tell where they are, but not who. They're more or less in the same area, though. Further in. I can lead.
Hey, you don't have to drain yourself. I can help too.
Yeah, good thinking. Thanks.
Well,
This is a change.
Yeah.
She brushed off her bumps and bruises. For nothing hurt worse than the loneliness in her chest.
I recognize that. The girl who fell through the world.
I shouldn't be surprised you're so familiar with fairy tales.
I've lived through my share of them. How are you holding up?
I thought the idea of falling through Remnant into a new world was exciting. I never understood why she was so sad when she finally made it back home. But now, it makes more sense.
She wasn't the same girl anymore.
Yeah.
I think this plan to divide might have run its course. It's time we start thinking about a way out. Not having arcane certainly limits the options, so...
No. I don't like what happens when we use magic. Every time we use it, I can feel us merging faster. I'm not ready for that.
I don't blame you. Honestly, I think you're doing just fine on your own.
Listen up, everyone. We're keeping this LZ clear for the payload. We're going to put aboard that thing. If we can't hold this line, it will continue to spit out Grim and we lose the city. Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am.
You wouldn't happen to know a tune for this, huh?
I don't know that anybody does.
Another wave incoming. Keep them back.
Move, move, move! But they're just kids.
You can hash out your issues later. Right now, just kill Grim.
Why did you bring me here?
Ooh.
I've been thinking about what you said. If it's a lie, and I took that lie to Salem, the punishment would fall on my head before yours. If what you said is true, and I use the password myself, well, I don't know what happens when this thing activates. So let's see if you're bluffing.
You want me to summon her?
Either way, it'll tell me what I need to know.
What are you doing?
Both.
Let's find out.
Both of them.
Jin.
Does it stop time when she comes out?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Why, hello again, old man. Did you have a question for me?
Actually, I think all my questions are answered now.
What are you going to do?
What
Pull the
Gretchen would have
emerald.
done. And that starts with getting you away from here.
Wow.
Both of you.
Yes!
I'm going to need something before I go.
So, just to be clear, none of you have a question for me?
Oh, she's
No,
not gonna like
but
that.
we'll be bringing you with us.
The moment we move that thing, this place goes on high alert. Better to get you out first.
But
I'll come back for it.
Use
Not
the
like she knows the password
question.
anyway.
Do it! Make it useless!
No.
Okay.
Oh, you guys are.
No. Ooh.
Oh.
Can she ask a question?
Interesting.
Betting Jin can read.
Sorry. It's not your fault. I'm masking and tracking at the same time.
It is all
Do you guys
wet.
need a minute?
We don't know how much longer we have. Why don't you give masking a break? Give me directions and I can scout ahead.
Thanks. We should be heading straight for a while.
Why would you do that?
Well, at least you guys being friends again takes the sting out of impending doom.
It's okay to be afraid, you know. You don't always have to hide it with a joke.
Glad I'm not the only one who's scared.
Of course I'm scared. Him, on the other hand, there's no fear at all. I can see it. He believes we're going to get this done.
Because he's John.
Then I do too.
Yeah. Mask is right.
That creepy noise.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, I know.
You sure he'll be okay on his own?
I don't know. We just need to get... Wait.
Ah, Hazel. Have you gotten what we need yet? The Seers. It seems we have guests. The lamp. Find them.
What now?
Let's do what we do best. Charge blindly into danger.
Sure. Ren?
Forward. No matter what.
That's awesome. Oh, hey. That's cool to see old characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much longer for the payload?
It's approaching the LZ now.
Come on, Juan.
Jeez.
You.
No! Wait! Stop!
Oscar!
Oh! I was like,
I knew I sensed some weak minds nearby.
What's going on here?
It's a long story.
You're gonna have to try and summarize it. Why should we trust you?
Because she's scared. Just like us.
Or maybe because I know how to get out of here. Anybody coming?
that's fair.
Yep.
This is it, everyone. We're gonna clear a path to that monster. We get the payload aboard, set the timer, and then we're out.
But they might still be alive in there.
I gave them their window. We can't wait any longer.
Would you say the same thing if it was your sister inside? Are you gonna tell her what you did to her friends?
Yes, Mara. Because that's my duty. Now you do yours.
She's a good soldier.
But she's not wrong.
No?
Nope.
It's the whole city or...
Yeah.
A few kids, yeah. It's unfortunate, but...
What is that?
It's her.
You really have been honing that semblance of yours.
Oh.
Wow.
Actually landed a hit on her.
Oh. Oh.
Let them go!
What did you do with the lamp?
Nothing.
It's missing. Where is it?
I didn't do anything with it.
Where is it? Look how you've diminished. How you've lessened yourself. And for what? These children? This ruined world? Why do you keep coming back?
Why do you? All of this endless death. Because something bad happened to you once upon a time? Nobody gets a fairy tale ending. Everything I've lost, every person I've lost, is because of you.
And who is it I've taken from you, girl?
Summer Rose. My mom.
Her again?
Your Grace.
Ah, Hazel. I found our guests.
No!
This one was helping them. Take the boy back to his chamber. I have work to do with this one.
Yes, of course. No more Gretchen's boy.
He's gonna sacrifice himself.
Apparently. Oh, he got it.
Really don't
He got it!
Oh!
Oh, nice!
Yes!
Go!
Get up!
Ah! That berserk out here.
Hazel.
Go.
So, you've decided against vengeance for your sister after all this time.
I'm doing what Gretchen would have done.
Oh, he's got super speed now.
Nice. You better run! What are you doing?
Make the illusion
Come
that
on,
she killed
everyone,
him
out!
to get him away.
Wait! Oscar? She'll just come after us.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Yeah, why did you wait? Yeah, there you go. Yes! Burn the witch!
Do it.
What did you just do?
I don't know.
They're not going to tell us.
Oh!
What episode? And no one can die for it.
Yet.
Not yet.
I was gonna say someone's gonna die for this.
Hazel's gonna die.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but oh my god, perfect.
Wow.
That episode was perfect. Everything I wanted.
So good.
Yay.
They're giving us everything the fans wanted. All the people they wanted to redeem themselves are getting.
Wow. You know what? Hazel's switch was pretty quick, but it makes sense with the type of person he is, right?
Yep.
It's
Yeah, the seeds were there already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's black or white, right?
Yep.
And
I gotta stop this. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot to stop my video.
If the Jin was there, I like the fact he didn't even need to ask the question. It's like, if the Jin's there, he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. Then this is this.
Yeah, somebody should have said, "Hey, how are you today?" At least, what the hell?
I know.
Like, use the question, make it complete. Like, she can have the lamp, but make it useless.
Yeah.
For another 100 years, it gives you 100 years to get it back.
Yep. Which
and even more time until she figures out, one, how to get Jin out, and two, that she's not going to get anything out of it.
Which now means Cinder's going to have the lamp.
Although I don't think that you need to be able to ask Jin a question to combine the 4 relics.
Yeah, I was just about to say I don't think so either, but at least
yeah.
But she might have to ask Jin how to do it. She may not know how.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. I don't know. Neo, the fact that Neo has it, do you think guess that means that Cinder has it now, if she's still loyal to Cinder?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know.
Interesting.
Come on,
The
Neo.
person who can't talk is the person who has the,
Yeah.
the lamp, right?
I'm like, yeah, can she ask a question? Can Jin know what her question is?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she could summon her because she can't say her name.
That's true.
Right. Yep.
But I'm betting Jin can read.
Yeah, that's true.
But Jin hadn't completely gone back into the lamp by the time that she appeared, right?
Yeah,
Right.
So she could have asked a question. She could have just taken the lamp. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, she definitely took the lamp because it's missing, right?
Right.
So she definitely took the lamp, but whether she asked the question or not, or was able to, then I don't know. But man, it was a good episode, and
Very good episode.
I was really worried that not worried, but I was like kind of upset that it felt like Jean was kind of taking a backseat like in this volume, and then
you got to have time for each person to kind of step up and be the spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know that other than Ren's backstory, I don't know that Ren ever has done that. So
yeah,
I'm okay with that. Like each person gets kind of an arc where it's like, oh look, my power is way cooler than we all thought it was.
Right.
Yeah.
John's had that. Ruby's had that. I think Weiss kinda has had that as she gets better with her summoning powers. So they're all getting a little better.
Yeah, they've all had a focus storyline arc, but
Yeah, I think if we get anything with Weiss on her, like her semblance beefing up, is when she learns how to do something new with it. Because so far, everything we've seen out of Weiss is everything we've seen out of Winter. I think the boar last episode was summoned by their mom.
Her mother. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if she learns how to do something actually new with her semblance, that'll be the growth. But I don't think we'll see that. I don't think there's already too much going on in the show that we don't need to see that. So
No, just her getting better and better at summoning cool stuff is all she needs, I think. So
yeah.
Learning how to use her semblance or her summons in new ways.
What do you guys think about Ren all of a sudden being everything's perfect and understandable, and now I'm a great teamwork like
I think
team
he's a
member.
17-year-old boy who just had his first kiss, and a lot of shit came down on his head. And they tend to have sudden and quick emotions. You know?
I feel like it's kind of annoying, to be honest. I feel like the only reasoning that they have at this point for why the like sudden change of emotion is because he now understands other people's emotions, but that doesn't explain why all of a sudden from like hard, like this is the way that the world is, now all of a sudden he's like, oh, people have emotions. I'm a nice person now. I'm happy about things.
I find it a little bit annoying. I'm kind of with you there. Ren, this whole volume has been kind of annoying. I like his new semblance ability.
Yeah, I did too.
I think, but I mean, he's kind of annoyed me. I tell you what, how I feel about him will be. We'll see what happens with him and Nora once Nora gets back. You know,
I think
point.
a lot of it is he actually realized that everybody feels the exact same way he does.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Because when you're a brooding teenager, it's usually because you feel isolated and alone, and nobody feels the way you feel, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And his semblance literally shows him. No, wait, everybody feels that
Everybody
way.
feels that way. You're not.
That's fair. I could see that.
Now, maybe it's a little extreme, but again, everything in the show has always been extreme on the character development front. Like, Ruby and Weiss becoming best friends took 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's
I mean, in a normal anime, a normal show, that would have been an entire season of their character arcs in the midst of the show. So, that's well within the context of the show of having a sudden character change that quickly just by being shown the truth and learning it.
Yeah, I think that it's probably because they didn't have the time to build that sort of growth in him. But I also kind of wish that they would have at least taken a little bit, like even just a side conversation where like either the realization or him like talking to one of them and being like, oh, well, that makes much more sense. I'm sorry I was such a dick or whatever. Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, did we ever have those conversations when we were that age, guys? Ever with our friends? Like, we got to argue with our friends, and it would be over, and then the next week we'd just go back to the way it was. Like,
yeah, but you never had the semblance to be able to have that sudden realization of what's going on, right? Like,
right, but
it'd be different if all of a sudden you're like, oh, wow, yeah, actually, like, that dude totally gets me. I feel like an asshole.
Yeah,
you'd have to care about their feelings first, and then it's like I can't see your emotions, but that's okay because it doesn't matter.
But yeah, I get it. I mean, yeah, there could have been a whole bunch of different scenes where they had that, but
yeah.
Then again, a lot of crap has happened in the last 2 episodes. When do we have time?
I was going to say, I would say this. Out of all the complaints, and and I feel them, regardless, the writing is still 10 times better than the last couple seasons. So,
this episode alone was redemption for everything we've been put through.
Yeah, the last episode, I'm just like, okay, yeah, they've started off the second half of the volume like crazy, and I'm like, okay, you know what? And not only is all the craziness happening outside, where you're like, okay, how do they have time? They're actually finding the time to do these little moments, like mentioning the fact that Jean was not afraid, right? Or just like little. They're adding. I mean, granted, I wish there was more character moments. Oddly enough, that's I'm so invested in these characters enough that I like those moments. But I think they're giving us enough of them, especially last episode and this episode, along with all the craziness that's going on. So
and some really cool action.
I mean, wow. I think just these few. I don't even know what it was, like how many seconds of Hazel action this episode. Way better than the last time he was like,
volume 5,
volume 5 or whatever it was,
volume 4.
Yeah.
And what a cool use of his powers. I don't think we've seen him manifest objects from the use of the crystals before.
Yeah, well, last time he was just the Hulk punching things.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it does work.
So cool, but
that's the thing. He uses just the same way Weiss does, only Weiss doesn't inject it into her body.
Right. She's got a little cartridge in her sword.
He probably did way too much, and he's going to die from that amount of usage because he knew that I'm going to die anyways. I'm going to go out with a blaze of glory. So.
Yeah.
Well, and then the little world of realm that they had on Dust says when you use it that way, the energy is much more powerful and potent. It's just harder to control. So yeah, he's probably going to explode here in a minute.
Yeah.
See how
you're going to go to plant the bomb. He's going to blow up first.
Dude, he pulped her face.
I'm really intrigued by that because I would have assumed that like by killing her it would take a little time for her to regenerate, and maybe there was a time difference between the first time she died and then Hazel, like maybe there was a longer time to recuperate. I didn't notice it, but I would have assumed that it would take her at least a little bit to like come back to life. So
and she can still operate while blown up and stuff.
Yeah.
That was weird.
So, and and she doesn't have an aura, right? Because she's Grim, right?
Well, because she uses magic.
He uses magic. Okay, right.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't evolve like the rest of the humans in the show to have an aura.
That's true.
Because she predates auras.
That's why. Yeah, from initial punch, she just regenerates.
She just wrecked. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
The only resistance she has is now, she's part Grim too because she spent all that time in the pool.
Yeah.
So I think that's why she can operate when her head's pulped. Like she may not have internal organs anymore.
Yeah.
She doesn't appear to.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Who knows what she's got?
Yeah.
Just hate.
Just hate. That's what she has. Fueled by hate.
Oh, also the mention of Summer Rose and that she actually knows her. And
yeah.
It's great to have that name pop up. That's fun. I can't wait to see what that's about.
Her again?
I'm like, oh, yeah. Her again? Yeah, I'm like, oh. Okay, wow. Yeah. So much good stuff.
It just shows how much Salem doesn't know about the protagonist, right? Because she didn't know that Yang and Ruby are sisters.
Yeah.
It's like she just knew that Ruby was Summer's daughter.
Yep.
That's it. She's like, okay.
Yeah. Even before she, wiped out the world and had everything restart over again, she was still felt she was above
everything.
Humanity, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, now, she's pretty much a god. She's like from a whole different...
yeah.
Whole different race, whole different race time. This is everything's been evolved over again.
Well, all things considered, she is pretty godlike at this point, right? She can't die. She can use magic. She doesn't need crystals. She can create and destroy things. What more does a god need?
Yeah, and that's just it. That's why she doesn't realize that they're related because they're beneath her, right?
Yep.
Is they're not worthy of notice of this kind of notice. Only a few of them are. Even her own people are just pawns, right? There's tools to be used. So, I don't know. This is awesome, man.
Yeah. What a good episode.
I know.
I'm intrigued by the fact that her magic doesn't seem to be limited like Oz's is.
Yeah.
Like he has a finite pool and she seems to not. I don't know.
Does he have a finite pool?
Yes.
Okay. I don't remember that part.
Yeah, it was when he was explaining everything to the kids when they all got together in Mistral. He's like, I've got a finite pool.
It's getting weaker and weaker.
Oh, yeah.
What he said.
Okay.
Yeah, he gave a bunch of it away to the maidens, and then what he has left, he used a lot, a significant amount to make Crow and Raven, and then what he's got left is diminishing.
So, is his staff? Is it I mean, he's very protective of it, right? He needs it a lot. Do you think is it the relic? Has he got something hidden in his...
Maybe.
He came out and said no in that same episode.
Yeah.
But that was back when he was still a giant lion.
Yeah, he was still lying all over the place, right? They never found the beacon relic, right? They can't seem to find it even after they tore the place apart. He's very protective of his staff, right? They came out of there. What's the one place they wouldn't expect?
Yeah, he said it's not a relic, but it does have a few tricks up its sleeve, and it's something that he's had for a long time. So who knows if it is or not? Maybe he made it when he realized his magic was dwindling, so
it
does cool things.
Yeah. He wouldn't escape the whale without it, right? I mean, so it's more important than what
Well, maybe it
An
has
heirloom.
like a stored like portion of his magic in it, right?
Yeah.
Like if he can store his magic in it, then it would make that in and of itself powerful, especially if his power is dwindling. He's got a reserve.
Possibly, but it just seems to me like it's got more significance than maybe not a relic, but it's got more significance than.
It's probably just got like 100 spell slots in it, and then
yeah, Staff of the Magi. He's got a.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Any last comments?
No. Ready
Good.
for the next episode.
I know, me too. I'm like, let's go. All right, guys. Thank you for watching us watch RWBY. We really appreciate it and all your support, guys. This is fun. This is like one of the best parts of my week is getting here and reacting to RWBY. So, thanks for coming along with us on this journey, especially if you've been with us from the beginning. Reading some of the comments, guys. I really appreciate it. Please comment down below. We love having the discussion. Even if you disagree with us, we like those conversations too. So, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. We are on the road to 1 million views on our channel. We are almost there, right on the cusp. So if you want to help us get there, come check out our other videos. Rewatch some stuff. And if you want to support the channel and the things that we do here, there's some links down below. Doug, what are those?
One is to our Teespring store where you can get cool merch, including a RWBY-inspired shirt and masks. Well, the masks aren't RWBY-inspired, but they're podcast-inspired. 2, you can check us out on Patreon where you can see some of our shows, our reaction shows unedited. And 3, you can click that Amazon affiliate link before you do your shopping from home, which we are all doing right now. And we'll get a small kickback. Won't cost you anything extra.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. And we'll see you next week with episode 10.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.